guys, Ep.24 here. Welcome back to an episode of Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we got revenge on Misha for double axe handling us, and we actually got her in trouble in class. And now Lilly is back, and we are currently meeting her at the airport with her sister as well, and we are with Hanako to finally see how the hell she's doing. It's been a while since we've seen her, since she's been in Scotland. But yeah, let's see what's up. We all call out to each other in greeting, quickly shuffling over to the side to avoid blocking the passage of others. Lilly! Hanako jumps forward to hug Lilly, a wide smile on her face being all destined to see her happiness at Lily's return. Lilly simply smiles in return, her voice soft. It's wonderful to meet you again, Hanako. As do give each other a hug, well deserved after all that's happened while she was gone, I turned to Akira. Yo, you're pretty late. Yeah, there was a really bad storm over the airport. We got drenched just going from the car to the door. I guess you'll appreciate the weather here more then. Welcome back to you too, Lilly. Hanako breaks off from Lilly as I speak. For a long time, neither of us says a word. Contrary to what I thought her homecoming would be like, the atmosphere feels awkward, almost stifling. Both of us try to guess each other's feelings, not quite sure about what should be said. Damn, it's exactly what I feared when I had thought of trying to move things forward between us. Lilly runs her hand through her fair hair and awkwardly twirls one of her bangs in her fingers, clearly trying to think of how best to react. Eventually, thankfully, Lilly gives a small sigh and breaks the silence. Thank you, Hisao. It's nice to be back. Are you okay? You look tired. Evidently not recollecting herself all that well, she quickly waves her hand in front of her face to stave off any concern Hanako may have overcome her. I'm okay, really. It's just a bit of jet lag. Weak. You don't have any? She simply gives us a big grin, puffing out her modest chest. I feel absolutely fine. That's not fair. Oh well. You shouldn't take too long to get rid of it. Ah, that's right, Hisao. Yeah? Don't we have a holiday from school soon? I'd have forgotten if Misha hadn't reminded me this morning. We've got a 3-day weekend starting from tomorrow. Akira playfully bumps her elbow lightly into Lily's side, grinning. Told you you wouldn't miss it. You have something planned? If neither you nor Hanako are busy, I've got no plans. Something to do would be appreciated. Hanako? No, nothing. That's good. I was thinking we could go to my family's summer house for a bit of quiet over the break. We've rarely used it recently, though, so we'd have to dust things off a little while we're there. Oh, where is it? Up north, in Hokkaido? Hokkaido? I don't know. I'm going with Hokkaido because it ends with do. The place is practically deserted, so it should be nice. Should be a nice quiet break for you guys. You're not coming? Nah, got a little holiday of my own set up with my boyfriend. I lowered my eyes at her, suspicious of her intentions. It sounds like we're just cleaning up the summer house for you. That's perhaps a valid conclusion. Both of us zero in on Akira. Her face somewhat evasive. Looks like we were right. That's just a convenient bonus. Really, me and the guy left it in pretty good condition last time we were there. I promise. Now that I'm out of here. Already, Akira? She quickly turns and walks away, her hand held high. See you in a few days, guys. And she gone. Lilly and I can only sigh at her hasty retreat. It does sound like it would be a nice place to go. Lilly gives an enthusiastic nod, taking her carry bag in one hand and placing her other on Hanako's shoulder for guidance as we begin to make our way to the taxi area. After the fracas of the past few days, spending a weekend in the country alone with her and Hanako sounds like a dream. The more I think about it, the more sure I am. This will be the right time and place to confess my feelings to her. We going in! All day, all night, all my power, people who be ready to fight. I say, yeah. Alright, I'm done. Sorry. Had to do a bit of the revival theme here for a second. The morning chill wraps itself around my shivering body. I huff into my cupped hands to desperately try and stave off the cold as we mill about on the station platform. Lily's clothing looks rather ill-suited for the temperature around us. I can only hope it's indicative of what she expects the weather to be like at our destination. Damn it, Lilly, why do we have to get here so early? Fortunately, train schedule is against us. The next train to Hokkaido is at 2 in the afternoon. Great, just great. I pause a moment to wipe some sleep out of my eyes. It only promptly takes advantage of the opening. Cheer up, Hisao. Once we get there, it'll be much warmer. Why not just take the bullet train? Our normal train's going to take hours to get us there, so we may as well take the Shinkansen line as far north as it goes, and just switch at the end. There's a certain charm to older trains, wouldn't you agree? I'd agree if it weren't freezing in the morning cold, because we decided to take one. Sorry, Hisao. Sorry, what for? I was the one who suggested taking a normal train. Way to make me feel guilty. All I can do is sigh and cover my face with my hand. It's fine, I'm just grumbling. My, Hanako, you didn't shoulder all the blame on yourself. Even without your suggestion, I'd still have opted for the same thing. Thankfully, for the quick interception from Lilly, I took a quick gander around the station. Aside from us, the train's platforms, all but deserted, the morning dew setting on the empty benches. I guess no one else was masochistic enough to brave the very early morning. Though if someone was, they'd more than notice the huge bags both Lilly and Hanako brought with them. Just what did you have to pack in those things anyway? The bags. She pauses a moment and tilts her head in thought. A change of clothing, raincoat, underwear, sleepwear, a number of books. I think that's most of it. You make it sound as if I'm unprepared. You brought less? Underwear and a pack of cards, that's it. Then my pills, but never mind that. No pajamas? Damn, I knew I forgot something. As I ruffle my hair in frustration, Lily sighs. There should be clothes you could use there. Akira still occasionally goes there, after all, and I think some of our parents' clothing is still in storage. I don't think there'll be any problem with you borrowing a set of pajamas, if need be. Thanks. Still, I don't mind just sleeping in normal clothing. For 2 days? Good point. Not really, though 2 days would be borderline. It's more that looking even a little like a slob would be unacceptable while in the presence of 2 girls. And we leisurely talk on the station platform. An announcement sounds from the loudspeakers, loudly heralding our ride's arrival. Looking past Lily and Hanako, though, the train's still well out of sight. A quick check of my watch is enough to see that it's the one we'll be taking. The 5:30 train was ours, right? Correct. Are either of you want me to take your bags? Mine's not exactly heavy. My, that's very gentlemanly of you, Hisao. Don't accept too reluctantly now. As I bent down to pick up Lily's large bag, I looked to see Hanako picking up hers. You fine with that? Hisao nods, the only answer. I'm starting to get the feeling that by the trip's end, I'll be able to count every sentence she said on one hand. With the morning landscape passing by... wow, this is pretty cool. With the morning landscape passing by the window, and the occasional rattle of the train bumping the carriage around, I try to focus my attention on the aging playing cards held in my hands. I'll raise you 5. She scrunches her face up and leans over to Lily, conspiratorially, the two exchanging a few whispered words. Considering how often this has happened so far, I'm coming to doubt Hanako's grasp of how to play poker. It doesn't seem to disturb Lily's reading, though, her hands fitting over each page with only occasional corrections to account for the train's bumping and rocking. My collection of chess pieces that we're using as chips is steadily growing anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Looking around us, our carriage is almost as empty as the station platform we'd waited for the train itself on. Only a handful of people can be seen, looking mostly like tourists and couples on holidays. While the two continue their less than clandestine strategizing, a small boy looks over the seat and stares at me. Hoping he doesn't begin to stare at Hanako, I simply give him a wave and a smile. Thankfully, he retreats back to his seat after finding me far too boring to waste his attention on. I'll see you and raise you another 5. Damn, you got me, I fold. I've been bluffing, and she's caught me. Hanging my head, I push over a large portion of my winnings. Hanako looks absolutely delighted. And even if Lily keeps her attention focused on her reading material, I can see the smirk on her face. They're both extremely pleased. For a moment I try to work out what Lily's reading, but the cover is too faded to read beyond the fact that Roman letters are on it. A pity I can't read the braille above the printed title. What are you reading, Lily? The title looks like it's in English. That's right. And it's And Then There Were None, an old British story. I could read it to you if you'd like. She extends the offer with a grin, obviously in jest. I think I'll pass, thanks. No thank you, ma'am. Oh, that's a nice place. After a seemingly endless trip, we finally reached the promised land of the Satao summer house. Even after the train's trip, the walks up seemed to take forever. Despite my grumblings though, I don't know why I said grumblings. Grumblings though, I'd have never guessed the sight that would be in store for us once we traveled that long, deserted road. It looks more like a farmhouse than the everyday house I'd imagine, small in size and surrounded by trees and bushes. An empty expanse of wheat fields and farming land can be seen as we walk up, the fencing only consisting of rickety old wooden planks. It really drives home how far we are from the major cities, and is a sight that feels antithetical to the environment I grew up in. God, I would not mind this in the future of my life, just living out in the country. Ah, it must be so nice. The only thing that doesn't surprise me is its western styling. Wow, it's amazing out here. It's wonderful. It's nice to hear. While Akira may have said that she'd kept the house in reasonable condition, I was worried that we might have different standards of reasonable. It looks like there isn't another soul for miles. I thought Akira would be the type to keep to the city. Lilly furrows her brow in thought, seemingly recalling almost forgotten knowledge. From memory, there's a small town not too far from ahead. Other than that, though, this is largely just old farmland. Akira and I stayed in our parents' house, which was in the nearest city for a while, but after they left, we decided to move into a smaller, more easily manageable home. A maintainable home. To find a place like this in Japan nowadays, it's kind of anachronistic. Ugh. Well, this town does have quite a bit of history. I looked down the street one last time before getting back to the task at hand. Shall we go in then? I'm parched. It was a long walk to get here. Lilly gives an enthusiastic nod, the three of us ledging our bags into the house. As soon as we set foot inside, Hanako and I start looking around, taking in every detail of where we'll be staying for the next few days. All the artifacts of another's life stop in mid-motion or around the house, such as the television guide lying beside the counter was on, and pans in the adjoining kitchen still sitting on the stove. It's a strange feeling, really, as if we were stepping into Akira's life for a brief moment before leaving in a couple of days, just as we'd come. Of course, the more mundane reality is that she just hasn't cleaned up after herself that well. Where should we put our bags? I'll show Hanako our bedroom. You can put yours here if you'd like. You mean I don't have the same bedroom as you do? Duh! Hanako flowers into a full blush as Lilly takes her cheek in her hand. Oh my, how bold. You two. Hold on, if I'm to leave my bags here, where will I be sleeping? Well, seeing as we lack a guest bedroom, the convertible futon, huh? Sorry, Hisao. I sigh, lamenting my place on the bottom rung of sleeping location priorities. I guess there's no other choice. Lilly leaves to show Hanako to their bedroom, so I take a small tour of my surroundings after I drop my bags on the floor. The kitchen, just like the living room, is fairly modest. The rustic nature of the wooden furnishing drives home just how far we are from civilization. Returning to the living room, I decide to try out the television until they get back. With a touch of the remote, it immediately flickers to life, apparently set to a news channel. Almost flopping down from exhaustion rather than sitting, I lay back and watch. And watch. And watch. And then I KO'd. Hisao? Hey, y'all. I quickly blinked to wake myself up. Lilly and Hanako having returned minus their bags. From the Hakadao night night sky visibly outside the window. It looks like I drifted to sleep. Looking to this wall-mounted clock, it's already 10. You found the television, then? Yeah, it really does feel nice and homey here. I'm glad you like it. You were already out like a light when we came back after unpacking our things, so we didn't have the heart to wake you sooner. Just from a giggle, I must sound funny when I sleep. I swiftly decide not to inquire. There's some dinner waiting for you in the kitchen. Hanako gives a deep yawn, only just remembering to cover her mouth at the last second. My, are you tired? Mm-hmm. I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm pretty tired too. It was a long walk up here, and it's getting late. If that's the case, I suppose we should retire for the night. Good night, Hisao. Good night. Night. With that, they quietly turn and walk back to their bedroom. Rubbing my eyes, I sigh. I wonder if I'll be able to get back to sleep after being woken up. I suppose I'll eat something and watch some more TV quietly before going to bed. And then I passed out again. It's pretty funny that I KO'd, like, instantly. It's like, I watched the news, and I watched this some more, and then I died. Is he still sleeping? I think so. I'm not. I am, however, incredibly tired. It's getting late in the morning. I know that. He likely stayed up to watch television. I could hear it from my bedroom. Only because I couldn't get to sleep. Should we wake him? Don't do that, Hanako, please. No, we should leave him. I thought he'd want to be woken early if he didn't get much sleep during the night. Thank you, Lilly. Besides, he sounds so peaceful. It would be a shame to wake him when he's like this. Keep a straight face, Hisao. It is nice she cares so much, though. Hanako, could you go to the fridge and fish out what's needed to make lunch? Alright, just the vegetables and rice? That should be enough. We only need something simple, as we can eat in town later. Hanako's footsteps on the carpet floor can be heard, moving away from the living room. As they do, I feel Lily's hand gently rest on my chest. It takes a titanic effort not to react, but something about her makes me think she knows I'm awake. A long silence pauses. Silence passes. The only thought in my mind is of that gentle, outreached hand lying upon my chest. After an undesirable amount of time, Lily withdraws her hand. Good morning, Hisao. Conceding defeat all too easily, I prop myself up and rub my eyes. How'd you know? Your breathing was off. Well, that makes sense. She couldn't have needed that long to work it out. Knowing her hearing, she likely knew before laying her hand on me. If you want to sleep more, you should really go to bed earlier. I heard the television going long into the night. Sorry about that. My medications have been interfering with my sleep for a while now. Even if I'm tired, I have trouble actually sleeping. Sorry for bringing it up, Hisao. I sigh. It's exactly the kind of thing I wish others wouldn't do. Fuck. Ugh. Alright, we gonna undress this sucker. Come on, you worry about me more than I do at times. It just means I have to sleep a bit longer, that's all. But still. I said that I look absolutely fine, but I guess that wouldn't have a lot of meaning for you. She gives a sigh of consternation before trailing off with an amused chuckle, giving up the point. If you say so. Please do take care of yourself, Hisao. Go on, Hanako could use some help. She moves to protest, but reluctantly acquiesces and disappears into the kitchen, her hand running along the smooth white walls as she slowly walks. For a while, I sit and watch television and attempt to wake myself a little more. But it's futile. I don't have anything better to do, so I follow Lily's lead. As I round the corner, I see Hanako and Lily, backs turned, quietly cutting food on the granite-colored counter. I'm temporarily engrossed as I watch Lily guiding the knife carefully down with a finger on the cabbage she's cutting, each slice delivered slowly but with precision. She seems a little slow, but considering that she can't see what she's doing, it's a small wonder she can cook at all, let alone for both her and Hanako. Hi, Hanako. Lily, want any help? Is that Hisao? Oh, morning, Hisao. What the fuck? Lily jerks back in surprise before turning around, her yelp immediately drawing Hanako and me to her side. What's, A small trickle of scarlet, falls downward from her pale fingertip, the knife having cut just deep enough to draw blood. With the television sound masking my footsteps, she must not have noticed me coming. To compensate for having to use touch to guide everything she does during cooking, she must need to pay extra attention. Lily! Don't worry, Hanako. It's just a small wound. You should still get a band-aid on it, at least, until it stops bleeding. First aid stuff would be in the bathroom, right? I think so. Will you be okay, Hanako? I frown at how little heed she's paying to herself as Hanako gives a quick, almost automatic nod. It's fine. I can keep making lunch. Alright, and I think we're gonna end off here, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Katawa Shoujo. If you did enjoy, make sure to like button down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe as well. And yeah! We'll see you all in the next episode of Katawa Shoujo. Bye-bye!